Happy Pokemon Day! I hope everybody is having a good day. Thank you very much for tuning in. Welcome back to the channel. And because I'm doing a video on how to spot fakes, I would be willing to bet that the majority of people who watch this video are not people who are normally subscribed to me. So hello, it is very nice to meet you. Yeah, let's crack into it. Alright, so you might be wondering why I have all these cards chilling in the background, and the reason that I put these here is purely to demonstrate that real Pokemon cards, which all of these are, do not come in any one specific format. They look very strange over the years. We have some very unusual looking foilings. I would not use the type of foiling used as a good indicator of whether or not your card is fake, because Pokemon has done some pretty strange stuff over the years. This is a giant Lugia. But there are ways to tell whether or not your cards are fake or not just by looking at them. So in my previous video where I did a how to spot fakes, I used a couple of methods that may or may not be necessarily safe for your real cards. And one of those, excuse that noise, one of those included the bend and the rip test. Now, in my box of very fake goodies, we have this very common pack of fake cards that you will find. These boxes, 100% fake. Pokemon do not produce boxes that look like this for official Pokemon cards. I don't know if in America you might find some real cards in repacks that look like this, but yeah, Pokemon cards do not come in that kind of box. So these are all fakes. Now, the reason that this is obviously a fake is because it's not shiny. I've never seen a GX card that was not shiny. So if your card looks like this and it is not foil, it's probably a fake. In my previous video, I talked about the fact that inside a real Pokemon card, so sandwiched in the middle of the cardboard, there is actually a black core, and that's what stops light passing through Pokemon cards. And when it does, it looks distinctly blue. That doesn't always happen with fake cards, but as fake cards get better and better, that is no longer true. I've seen a bunch of fake cards that have a core in them, so they're getting sneaky. All right. Let's have a quick look at our fakes here. So I will grab. Growlithe has volunteered to act as our real card comparison. What I would recommend is buy a card that you 100% know is real. In Australia, this means buying it from Kmart, Target, Big W, EB Games, Zing, or, as I will always recommend, your local game store. Check out whether or not you have a local card trading store, because those guys are going to be the most stringent about whether or not they have real cards on their shelf. No game store wants to have a bad rep for that. But the back of the card is usually a pretty good indicator. So compare this to your fake, and you can instantly see a color difference. This is far too light. This is beautiful and rich and dark, and this is weird looking. You'll also notice it in the printing quality and the cut quality. Like, this one's shedding its cardboard. But yes, so if you have a look, the bordering on this is absolutely atrocious. Now, I'm not saying that Pokemon don't also accidentally off-center their cards, but they usually take a lot more care with it. So let's chuck that in the background and let's show you some fakes. So this booster pack was very kindly donated to me from somebody who got this locally. This is a knockoff of an Evolutions booster pack. And the reason that I wanted to show you this is because I think it's really well done. It's a bit too dark, and yeah, that's basically its biggest giveaway from the front is it's a bit too dark. And oddly enough, for some reason, they put Blastoise's little cannon behind the word trading card game, whereas on the real one it's in the front. I don't know why a copy company would do that, but whatever. Yeah, so this is actually a really, really well done fake pack. I would 100% understand why somebody would see this on a shelf and think that it was real. Its biggest giveaway to knowing that it's fake is if you flip it over, you can see under here, it says Pokemon Go. There is no Pokemon product for cards currently on the market that includes Pokemon Go's logo on it. So if your pack includes Pokemon Go, it is not a real pack. It's not a real box. There is, yeah, no Pokemon Go cards. There's also this weird EX symbol. I've never seen this on a real booster. Maybe that appears somewhere, but not to my knowledge. I also noticed that down the bottom it says retain these as one word. So there is that. We also have a couple of sealed fake boosters. I traded somebody a couple of real cards for these. They bought them thinking they were getting real cards, so instead I reimbursed them with real cards and got myself some cool looking fakes and didn't have to support fake creators to get them. But I would like to point out, how cute is this booster art? That's actually adorable. Pokemon Company, pay attention. You're giving me... where's an example? So when the Pokemon Company are coming out with this, which is uber boring, all of the English Pokemon cards look basically the same. It's one Pokemon, it's the logo, and you're done. But these fake creators gave me this super cute pack. Pay attention. This is what we want. Alright, so we're not going to be opening this Vivid Voltage. He's being saved for a collab video coming up soon. But let's crack into a couple of these booster packs. Now, the reason that I know that these are also fake is because, one, no Unified Minds ever looked like these. If you're curious, I would recommend, if you're looking at buying something that looks like this, just Google what the Pokemon packs are supposed to look like, because you definitely won't find this. The other giveaway is this crimping down the bottom. If you can see, that is super straight. On a real Pokemon booster pack, whoop, dropping things, it's crimped. It should have this little bubbly line at the top and the bottom, whereas most of the fakes, including, where did my Evolutions pack go? Including this one was also straight at the top and the bottom. I assume that that's a cost-saving thing, because crimpers like this maybe cost more money. I don't really know. There's probably fakes out there that do that as well. But yeah, just Google the booster pack. A couple of other things that give this away. We've got our same weird GX tag team thing going on there. We have no Pokemon. Oh, it also says retain these. All right, let's check a real one. Let's check a real one. Totally different. But yes, so I'm going to be keeping this specific booster pack for my fakes demo collection, and we're going to open up this bad boy. Let's see what we get. What exciting fake cards await us. Now, these ones, let me in, are actually quite well made. I think that if somebody showed you these, you may very well assume that they're real. But one of the first things that I noticed when I touched them, they're super glossy. Like, this is, I can't know, can you see that? The shine is intense. On a real Pokemon card, they are a matte finish. So showing them in the light will also give you a bit of an indication, but just touch the card. I can feel it immediately. So that is a card called Detective Pikachu. Is that a real card? Can somebody tell me? Is this based on a real card? I've never seen this card before. So we've got Detective Pikachu, we have a Uber Shiny Victini, we have an Alolan Vulpix, that's based on a real card. We have Golett, we have the rest upside down. Here is our EX card. So we'll put him aside for in a minute. Ooh, the pack is just in a weird order. Okay, I just saw that. We definitely shouldn't be getting a GX and an EX in the same pack. I don't believe that ever happened. There are some booster packs that will come with multiple shiny things. The most notable example from recent times is probably these guys and these guys. You can get these in packs with big full art rares. So it is possible to pull double shiny exciting things, and that's because the amazing rare and the shinies are a special alternate edition set, and they take the spot of the reverse holo in your booster pack. So let's have a quick look at this. Well, the first thing that I immediately notice is, one, the whole card is kind of shiny. This is actually done a lot better than most, but I can feel on the back of it that the back has no finish whatsoever. This feels really matte, and it's kind of out of focus when you look at it. Yeah, that's super grainy. It feels so strange. Ooh. Yeah, that's very weird. From the front, he actually looks pretty decent, but I can feel with my hands that this just does not feel right compared to other shiny cards. It has absolutely no texture whatsoever. Even the flat Pokemon foils tend to have a little bit of texture to them. Let's check out our GX. Our GX is not shiny at all, and that's a problem. I can feel this one is is nice and shiny on the back. But again, the color is completely wrong. So long as you have some real cards that you've put aside specifically for the task of determining whether or not you have fakes, you're pretty much going to find out like every single time. I'll show you. One of my nephews gave me a card that he received in a trade that I think looks actually quite real. So this one, the Linola Gx card. So this is a good example of where they've put a lot of work into making this card look like a real copy. It's got all the right foiling, it looks pretty good. The back is all nice and clean and looks quite a lot like a real card. As you can see, putting them next to each other, yep, they're pretty good. This one's a bit darker, but you know, if you were just glancing at it, could 100% believe this was a real card. The problem with this one is, alright, I'll put this off to the side so that I can compare it to a real card for you. The problem with this one is the fonts they chose are wrong. So I'll put that next to this one so that you can have a look at the fonts. But specifically paying attention to the Psychic Transfer and the Moongeist Beam words, they're written wrong. So if you're looking at one of these cards on the internet or looking through your own collection, you're wondering how people are able to tell from a photo of this, even though it looks so real, that it's the wrong card, it's because they're comparing the fonts with known real databases of cards. I generally use trollandtoad.com. I will put them in the description below. I don't personally buy cards from that website because I'm in Australia, but they are a really good database full of pictures of the original cards. So these are all junk. Whoop. Now, one of the more common questions I get asked by people is if their kids are collecting Pokemon cards and they end up with fakes, does it really honestly matter, given that they're just collecting them because they like the art or they like Pokemon and they don't really care about the card's value? To be honest with you, I also don't care about the card's value. As much as I put on my screen how much certain cards are worth if they're worth a bit of money, some of my favourite Pokemon cards are worth absolute bubkus. Some of these are obviously worth some money, hello Typhlosion, but a lot of them are just because I love the art. Look at him with his little flower. But yeah, some of these are just sentimental to me and they're my favourite Pokemon, or I love Shaman, or I just adore the card. But the biggest thing that I think would be concerning about your child taking potentially fake cards to school is that you can't escape the fact that Pokemon cards are worth money. There are some that are worth a lot of cash. My nephews have quite a few cards that are worth a decent amount of money. And what you don't want to happen is that your child opens up a high value card or a high value rare, they take it to school to trade it, and they come home with a fake. So this would be an example of something that you can get in any packs today. These are called amazing rares. They look quite cool. But if your child took this to school and traded it for this, they effectively traded what is currently around a $30 card, I think, for something that's worth nothing. And if they were to hold on to their cards and they want them to be worth more when they're older, or they want to keep collecting, they're going to be very disappointed that half of their collection is full of fakes. But secondly, they're potentially going to maybe trade these fakes and rip off another person. So you don't want to end up in a position where your child is either known for bringing fake cards to school, or secondly, inadvertently rip somebody off, because I understand that 99% of the time, people don't mean to trade fake cards. They can't tell. These are really well made. They're incredibly difficult to be able to just look at and go, that's a fake. They probably don't know that they're trading a fake for, somebody else's valuable card, and they think this is a valuable card. But you don't want to end up being in the position where you have inadvertently ripped somebody off, and you don't want to be in the position where your child is getting ripped off and their collection is being devalued by the fact that they are only bringing home fakes from school or from their trading group or anything else. If the booster pack is below about $6, it's probably fake. And if the booster pack includes the words Pokemon Go, it is definitely a fake. At least for now. For all I know, Pokemon during their 25th anniversary are going to release some Pokemon Go card sets, so keep that in mind. Things do change. But yeah, best way to tell, Google what you're seeing. compare it to known real cards, and just go deliberately pick yourself up a $6 pack of cards from Kmart so that you 100% know they're real, and start using those as your little control set. Compare everything to a known set of good cards so that you can immediately go, that does not look right. Thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, happy collecting.